Am I wrong for wanting to divorce my husband for refusing protection?
No.
No.
All right. I'll just hop into it.
Yeah, it's a boundary, baby.
So, my husband, 30 male, let's call him Mark, and I, 28 female, have been married for almost 3 years and together for 6. Before we got married, we had a discussion about kids and decided together to be child-free by choice. I was on birth control for a long time to prevent pregnancy, but when I found out I was stroke risk, I stopped taking them. Since then, I was okay with just the pull-out method.
Ooh.
Which I gotta say,
Dangerous game.
if you both agreed to be child-free, that's the quickest way to not be child-free.
Mm-hmm.
Look, not even condoms is wild.
Yeah, just, you got this, right?
Yeah, pull out, dude. Yeah, of course. 60% of the time, it works every time.
Yeah, just like the Sean rule. Also, I think this technically broke the Sean rule at some point, but
I don't think so.
24, 26.
Yeah, technically, but
Technically.
I'm just fucking around. Recently I had someone close to me get accidentally pregnant and she terminated. She told me about the entire experience and boy, it was way more traumatizing than I ever thought. After that, I decided that I didn't want to take the risk with my body anymore. I went to Mark and voiced these concerns to him and told him I was no longer comfortable with our lack of protection and said that he could either get a vasectomy, which we had talked about before, but he doesn't want to, or he could wear a condom. He told me that he would only get the vasectomy if I changed my last name to his. For context, I told him
motherfucker's been holding on to that one for a long time.
Oh my.
That's a crazy one to pull out. Pull out. There you go. For context, I told him before we got married that I wanted to keep my last name, so I never took his. I told him I would be fine with that, but I wanted him to at least call the doctor to start setting up future appointment for the procedure, and that I would file for the name change paperwork.
She agreed, so damn.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to demand that when you both agreed
that's
that
wild.
you didn't want kids and then expect her to do all the proactive stuff to avoid pregnancy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It takes 2 to tango, baby. So
Yeah.
you gotta do your part too.
I wanted reassurance that he would actually go through with it because he's always been clear that he doesn't want the vasectomy. He says it's too permanent, it's too expensive, etc. He said no, I had to change my name first, and he said he won't wear a condom because he doesn't like them.
Fuck no.
I told him this wouldn't work for me because I feel like he'll just make more excuses to not get the vasectomy after I change my name. So because of this, we haven't had sex and we've just been waiting for the other person to cave. It's been about 3 months since this started. He confronted me about 2 nights ago and told me that I created this problem because I suddenly switched things up on him and that I should just change my name and all of this would be avoided.
Fuck you.
He told me he should be able to sleep with his wife without wearing a condom and that married couples don't wear condoms. But I feel like my request for a vasectomy or condoms isn't a difficult request in exchange for peace of mind. When we were talking about it, he doubled down on saying he did nothing wrong and it was all my fault. That I should have just let him continue not using protection, etc. Normally, I'm pretty laid back and never put my foot down on things because it's not worth the fight in my opinion, but I felt something in me snap in this fight. I feel like I will now always see him as the man who couldn't even put a condom on to give me a sense of safety and comfort. I feel like he's being so selfish, and now I feel like our foundation and trust is broken. And even if he does decide to get snipped or wear condoms, it wouldn't matter to me because he's still the man who fought me so hard over something that would make me feel more comfortable in our relationship. I'm now convinced I want to leave him because that isn't the type of man I want to be with. Am I wrong for this?
No.
Hell no.
Fuck no.
I'm glad you realized that this fool is not the right person for you.
Yeah.
It's not even just the, like OP said, it's not even just the condom thing. It's just like that being the hill that he wants to die on only like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Validates her fears and concerns about you. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know. It's this guy's showing how shitty he actually can be. So and you're still young. I would say, fuck it. This would be a divorce for me. Cause it's not that fucking hard, dude. Just wear a goddamn condom or the vasectomy. It's
3 days. You'll fucking be all right.
But I also don't. Yeah, I mean that it's super like you get over it pretty quickly in most scenarios. It's way less invasive than getting your tubes tied or anything like that.
Yeah.
But also like he's like, you switched up on me. When did you switch up? She was like, I don't want kids. You agreed to that as well, mutually. This was a agreed upon thing. And then she was like, I can't take my pills my birth control pills anymore because I'm stroke adverse. Like I can't do that. So can you please do this thing
And
so that I don't have to get an abortion?
We just watched my friend have to get an abortion.
Yeah.
So like, it's not like I just switched up out of nowhere. We had lots of things happen consecutively to where I am now concerned that maybe pulling out is not the best method.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There have been evidence has been produced to me where I'm like, this is no longer a good solution to our problems.
Not an option anymore.
Yeah. So the least you could do is one of the two things that she asked to do. And then even when she agreed to your insane, okay, well, if I do it, you have to change your name, which is super.
Bro, he held on to that shit for years.
He's been thinking about it.
Super controlling and weird. He just keeps pushing back and is just like, I'm not going to do it until you do it first. Like, what does it matter, dude? Like, you're just proving that you're probably not going to do it if she changes her name.
Yeah.
Like, what are you like? And so for this to be, the hill that he dies on, as Sean said, is just extra proof that he doesn't care about you. He doesn't care
he's
about
a selfish prick, dude.
your safety or what you want. And for the few people that might be arguing, well, why did she just get her tubes tied?
She's fucking has health issues.
Well, not even that, but like, so we talked about this a couple months ago where we mentioned like, I don't know, like the process of getting your tubes tied. Apparently in like many states, different countries, like you need the man's permission. You need to go through like so many steps and hoops to jump through just to get approval. It's like wild, like Handmaid's Tale level, like bullshit. It's crazy. And thank you everyone who shared that with us, because that was very eye-opening for me. But yeah, it's like, it's just way easier for him to get the vasectomy. End of story. You know what I mean? Like that's it. So yeah.
Or just wear a goddamn condom, brother.
Or that.
I mean, you can avoid everything if you just wear a goddamn condom.
Yeah.
Now you're not gonna have a wife.
I don't like them though, Sean. I don't like condoms.
I didn't like the Winnie few.
I think this dude's a low-key liar, though. Like, I feel like this whole time he wanted kids. Because look, if you really agreed that, hey, being child-free is an option for us, you would have gotten a vasectomy, my guy. If you
that
really
would have been the first thing I did.
That would have been the first thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, the thing, too, is like, second, he's selfish. And three, I think he's hoping to get her pregnant so he can have someone with his last name.
100%, John. You nailed it.
Yep. As a property or like some sort of like trophy, and say like, this is my conquest. This is under my name.
Yeah. It sounds like someone who would force you to keep the baby.
Yes.
And that is not someone you want to be with if you truly don't want kids. So
wild.
Yeah, I think this is over. And you are not the asshole for wanting to end it.
Yep.
Cy Blaze commented and said, not the asshole, but you married one. Do not have sex with him. Rehome him, which is, I love that.
Love it.
He cares more about his ego and pleasure than he cares more about his ego and pleasure than he will ever care about you. Mm-hmm. You're just property to him. And that's 100% exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, it's just like he wants to control you wherever he can. And I think he thinks the ultimate control is accidental baby. And that's what guilt you into keeping it.
Wild, baby.
Get therapy.